Hey everybody, today we're going to talk about building riffs but incorporating double stops. What's a double stop? You come to the right place. Even if you know what a double stop is, you probably don't know all these little moves. Here we go, stay tuned. All right, Terrio back at you. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for all the new subs. If you're a repeat customer, welcome. And thanks for sharing some of your YouTube time with me. Here we go. Let's talk riffs and double stops. So that little progression I was doing is in the key of E minor. And before I get to the double stop moves, let me just say riffs, just a little side note, a little bonus footage of how to create riffs. Some of the most classic riffs in the world that you've ever heard, you know, that you hear every day on classic rock or whatever, the ones that'll stand the test of time, they're 1 or 2 bar phrases. Don't believe me? Check this out. It doesn't get much simpler than that. You know, I never figured out how to play that riff convincingly until you bend that string out of tune. That's how you really get it gnarly sounding. But I digress. 1 bar, okay? Jimmy Page was the master of the 1 bar riff. So that's my first point. Riffs don't have to be complicated. Rhythmically, they're very simple, very short phrases that allows the attention span of the average person to grasp onto it and start shaking their fists. I feel that. I resonate with that. So keep it simple, you know, rhythmically. And that little thing I was doing, it's just kind of one of these Richie Valens kind of patterns, you know, as far as rhythm. It's got that So my second point is rhythm. The rhythm is the most important thing. The notes are important, definitely, but you gotta have that foundation of the rhythm. So get that pulse first. 3, 4, 1. Just get that pulse. Now, let's get to the double stops. So what I was doing, I'm going to show you a couple different variations of the double stop. What is a double stop? It's 2 notes. Usually the bottom portion of a triad, sometimes the top portion, and that's how I'm kind of thinking out of this. So this whole riff I played on the intro is in E minor, and the opening phrase is this: 1 E and 2 E and da da da. There's a rhythm. Those are 2 double stops, and this is how I'm thinking of this. Ring finger, 4th string, 4th fret, 1st finger, 3rd string, 2nd fret, that's A and F sharp. And I'm using my 1st finger and my ring finger, and I advise you to do the same when you move up to the next shape, which is a little bit different. That's a B, 4th fret, 3rd string, and then the G, 4th string, 5th fret with my ring finger. So play that over an open E, and you hear that? Double stop, little bundles of harmony. So that little move I'm doing is a downstroke on the open E, 1 E and 2 E and then 2 short upstrokes on the double stops. Then I added a little bass riff, but it's still packed full of double stop goodness. So what I'm doing is I'm thinking in terms of E minor pentatonic. That shape. All you need is the 2 notes though. B, 2nd fret, 5th string. D, 5th fret, 5th string with my pinky. And I pick 2 times on the B. So 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a. And then I could do this little hammer on. So that's the next move. You can hammer on into the double stops. And the way you do that is I'm preforming the 2nd fret, this little shape, 2nd fret, 4th and 3rd string. Then I'm hammering on with my ring finger, 4th fret, 4th string. Hear that sound? That's a minor 9. It's a nice double stop to use over an E minor. In A minor, works there too, just transpose it. Most guys don't use the stuff this low, but I like the sound of it. That was the next phrase I did. That's another variation of the same double stop, but you have to change the fingerings because of that pesky old B string. So this is a little move you can learn. Again, this is the upper portion of a D triad. Play a D chord. We're just playing 2nd fret, 3rd string, 3rd fret, 2nd string, but I'm using my 1st and my middle finger. And it's important you do that because you need your ring finger to hammer on the B, which is the 4th fret, 3rd string. So then you hammer on the G, which is the 5th fret, 4th string. So that move is 3, 4. And it works in E. Now, if you know your relative major minor that I talked about last lesson, you know it's going to work in G. And you can transpose all this. So A. Those are great little double stop moves. A little cliche, but they sound good. They always work. And then the third thing I did is those are also double stops. This one is a not so often used one. Well, first of all, I did this. That's a hammer on. That's what you do is you fret the 10th fret, the A and the D, 2nd string and 1st string. Just hammer on the 12th fret, 2nd string. And those are 16th notes. This one is not used that often. So think E minor, and the top part of that chord, you can hammer on to that 3rd. And then another one of the whole step ones. So with the groove, and if you're using a drum machine at home, it's 96 BPM, beats per minute. Set your metronome, or you can do it slower, whatever works for you. and match. But the important thing is to keep the time feeling good. So no matter what I'm doing, I'm trying to land on beat one, land on my feet. I practice like this all the time. And you know, I flub some of the notes, but sometimes I get more concerned with just getting the timing right, getting the timing correct, and landing on my feet. So it serves multiple purposes practicing this way. Practicing a riff, you're kind of looping yourself, you know. But the point of the lesson today was the double stops. And you can come up with some great riffs just with those little moves. That's an E minor, but transpose them to other keys. See what you think. Let me know in the comments how it all works out. I'll see you next time. Give me a like, subscribe, help me continue to build the channel. I appreciate it. Terrio out.